What's up, nerds, and have I got a story for you. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourselves, or you can just listen to this video where I'm probably just going to read it to you. I just want to say also that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that we got the business out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started? Alrighty, so they have announced the confirmed the cast for Fantastic Four. Now, I had done a video about this, a little while ago, and the cast wasn't confirmed. It was all rumors. I'll leave that in the iCard section, or in the iCard section, sorry. They confirmed it on Valentine's Day this week. I know I'm behind the times, but I'm behind the times because, I got works to do. You know what I'm saying? I got a 9 to 5, and when they announced it, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna save that for my Sunday video because I want to dive deep into it. So they announced this, and then, everybody was putting out their articles left and right. And I have one here from Variety, not Deadline this time, although Deadline did have one. I just like this one because it goes through all of the actors and stuff like that. Anyways. So it says Marvel's Fantastic Four lands its cast: Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach. I don't know how to say his name. Ebon's a weird name. His parents didn't like him at all. They were just like, well, let's name him Ebon because he looks like a little Ebon. Anyways, so they have their Fantastic Four, the Marvel's first family and everything. Now, I don't know if you guys are fans of the Fantastic Four. Personally, when it comes to comic book wise, they have some fun stories, and I was reading the most recent Fantastic Four comic books, which are just pure trash, just so you know, you guys, if you read them. They gave Reed Richards a sister, and of course, she's just so fucking brilliant and everything, even though she's not. But anyways, okay. So it says the superhero quartet, the first characters created for Marvel Comics by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, will be played by Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Let's go through these. I don't need to read all of these, and I have more stories on this, but let's go through these people one by one and just talk about them. So Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Now I just want to say here, let me pull this back up. There we go. So Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Okay, how do I feel about this? All right. I don't have a problem with Pedro Pascal. I think he's actually a good actor, and he's good looking and all that stuff. But this is not my Reed Richards. I don't have a problem. I know you guys are all like, you're racist. It's not because of his race. For me personally, I just go, he's too old, for one. I mean, I'm sorry. And two, a small piece of me thinks that what they're going to do with this movie is that, because there was the rumor that was put out by another YouTuber that this movie was going to be, the main character was going to be Sue Storm. Like, it was going to be all about her. Now, all these men were going to take a back seat. And I just go, listen, if you guys want these MCU talking points squashed, stop doing this shit. Because Reed Richards is the brains of the operation. Now, the thing about Reed Richards is he can be a big douche. He can be a big dick face. He's all about the science. He's not about, like, the warmth of it all. And the thing about that is I'm afraid that they'll turn Reed Richards into the Maker. And I don't want that in this movie. I think that they should try to make Reed Richards the new Tony Stark. Because if you guys notice with the phase 4 to 1, Tony Stark was pretty much the main guy. Like, he was pretty much the leader. I mean, I know Captain America stepped in there a little bit, but let's be honest, it's all about Tony Stark, which he's a great character. If you don't like Tony Stark, like, he doesn't have to do your favor, but if you don't like him, I don't know if we can chit-chat anymore, because you're just crazy. But I don't, the Pedro Pascal, I think that he's just been in too much shit. Like, every time I see Pedro Pascal, I go, yeah, the guy from The Last of Us. And I'm afraid that it'll just be just another one of his other characters from his other things. Like, I don't know how he can add something fresh and new to this. Now, in saying that, am I going to be mad? Like, do I think he'll do a bad job? No, because he's a good actor and everything. So we'll see how this works out with Reed Richards, with him playing Reed Richards. I know some of you are already like, oh, you're just a racist. I don't care about the race. I'm just saying he wasn't my top choice. So there's that. All right. Now let's talk about Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Also, I don't think this was the best choice either, because every time I say to somebody, oh yeah, Vanessa Kirby is playing Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, they're just like, who? And I'm all like, she was in the latest Mission Impossible movie. She was and they're like, I didn't see that movie. Okay, well, I'm like, okay. And then I'm all like, well, you remember that movie that she did with Shia LaBeouf, Pieces of a Woman? And they're like, I didn't see it. And I'm like, gotcha. I was like, "Did you see Hobbs and Shaw?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "All right, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do now." I was like, "I'm all out of movies, and I didn't see Napoleon, so I'm sorry. I'm all out of movies." So I don't know if she's a big enough name, but at the same time, I'm like, they're kind of like, I don't know, kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel these days with casting. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, and again, good for all these people. I just want to say I'm good for all these people, and I'm willing to wait and see where they got. As long as they change that storyline of Sue Storm not being the main character, then I'll be fine with it. And as long as the Silver Surfer is not a female in this movie, then I'll be fine with it also. All right, now let's get to Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. Now, I saw some people saying he's not hot enough to be Johnny Storm, and I couldn't disagree more. This guy's hot. What are you talking about? I mean, look at him. He's sexy as shit. So you guys need to calm it down. I think that, coming off Stranger Things, he's got such a different look, and he's going to be in that new A Quiet Place movie, which I think he looks great there. So I don't know what people are talking about. I just have to see what he does with that character. Plus, let's be honest, these people that are like, he's not hot enough to be Johnny Storm. I'm like, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Were you a huge Johnny Storm fan? Because the last time I checked, you guys traveled in a large group of one. Okay, so why don't you guys calm the fuck down, okay? So we'll see how that turns out. So I think that that's great. Now, as far as Ebon, oh geez, how do you say his name? Ebon Moss-Bachrach. That's what I'm gonna say, Bachrach. So he's a good actor. I really enjoy this actor. I think he's great. I think he's. I haven't seen The Bear that he's on that show, The Bear. I haven't seen that show, but I hear he's good on that show. And I think that overall, I think really he's just fantastic. So I'm excited to see what he does with that, because he'll be like digitally over or whatnot, and all that stuff. So let's just see how it works out, okay? Now, what I want to look at now is hold on, I'm going to pull myself down. I want to look at this picture, okay? So this is I did a close-up of the characters. So they put these guys in these outfits, and I think it's very interesting what they did here. And so this is what they put out there. It's a Valentine's Day thing or whatnot. And it's very charming. And I wish they would do more posters like this. I thought this hand-drawn poster was really actually like kind of charming, and I liked it a lot. So we'll start off over here with Ben Grimm. So he's wearing like a polo kind of sweater. Oh, there's their little robot guy. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he like helps him out and everything. He's like their version of like Jarvis, but he's actually like a robot. Anyways, so there's Ben, and then you can see his little astronaut. Him as the astronaut right here. And I think also, I think this guy's good looking, so we'll see. But he just, in all honesty, he just looks like the Thing, just in a sweater, which it looks great. It's fine. It looks great. I like it. Then we get Johnny Storm in his like outfit. He just looks the same thing. He looks like he's just in blue normal clothes. The thing I want to look at is Reed Richards and Sue Storm. So they are in these like sweaters, like almost like they're turtleneck sweaters with the Fantastic Four logo on it. And they've got these like almost like these astronaut boots and everything. By the way, this takes place in the 60s, apparently. I remember about hearing is it's going to take place half in the 1960s and then half in modern day world. And I think that might be good. I also saw or read or heard something about how this was in an alternate universe. Like this isn't the 616 universe, which I just go, man, they are just doing some crazy things. Are they? And this is my whole thing. Are they going to do a thing where they have this movie and then they have Secret Wars and then they just bring all the characters into one world and then it's all like they were there from the first place? I don't know how they're going to connect all this shit together and then throw the X-Men in there. It seems like a lot of gobbledygook to me. But anyway, so let's focus on this movie. So as far as casting goes, sorry, I've talked so much, but as far as casting goes, I'm not upset about this. I think it's fine, but it just goes back to, were you like a huge Fantastic Four fan? Because I don't know too many of them. I mean, even myself, I like the Fantastic Four, but I haven't read like an overwhelming amount of comic books about them. I mean, I did read the Silver Surfer stuff with them in them, because Silver Surfer is my favorite character, and he's supposed to be in this movie along with Galactus. So, but we'll see. I'm interested in seeing where they go from here and what they do, but we'll see how that turns out. But I don't know. We'll see. Let's just see how this all turns out and how it all does. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you guys feel about this look at the and casting of the Fantastic Four movie? Do you think this is good casting, bad casting? Do you like everybody in it? Do you like some of the people in it? Do you agree with many of my thoughts? Disagree with me 100% about my thoughts? Who would your fan casting be if you could have cast this movie? Tell me what you guys think about it. And tell me what you guys think about all of this. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week. You guys have a good week. Bye.